Well, thank you very much for the invitation. It was a great honor to present the essence of my knowledge, which is very important. It is about happiness, it's about success of a leader, and it is about using of digital technology. And I've been doing this work during the last 6-7 years internationally, but I do this online also across the globe. It is to educate future leaders with modern technology how to find the inner happiness and to create success. How to manage people? I think the first question which arises, is it possible to learn to manage people, or is it something which people have naturally born? It is true to say that some people are very good leaders, they manage the people well, naturally, they have natural talents. But most people don't have this natural talent. So then the next level of question is it possible to learn it? We do think so. That's why business schools exist across the globe, not just here in this part of the world, but everywhere. So how to manage best people is actually something which can be learned. It's not just a secret art. It is an application of techniques with practice, but also with concepts. Maybe we'll speak a little bit more about the details as we go along. Okay, entrepreneurs belong into the first category of natural leaders very often. They have a business idea which they're obsessed with. However, the difference between leadership and entrepreneurship very often is that entrepreneurs think about a product, about a market, and they don't think so much about the people they're going to work with. So they need actually tools and exercises how to motivate a group of people. They develop a company when they want to sell it for a lot of money because they're entrepreneurs. They will have the urge to drive the new company. Then when they want to sell it, they need to have a stable system, something which operates without them. And for this, management and leadership systems are necessary. Otherwise, nobody would buy that company. If you're an entrepreneur who is always doing everything yourself, your time is limited. You need to delegate and you need to make the company grow steadily. Otherwise, the entrepreneurial idea will come to a plateau.
In your masterclass, you more talk about the importance of human capital. How it's related to education in modern world?
Yes, this is a very important word, human capital and psychological capital, even more so. The concept we use to explain what makes a company successful, what makes a team or an individual successful, but at the higher level also a nation successful, consists of 4 different types of capital. I spoke about the economic capital, the money, the resources an organization is using, or a team, or even an individual. It can be your laptop, for example, at the simplest level. The next level is the human capital you have mentioned, Milena. It is the knowledge, the skills, the abilities people can learn at business schools and also through working hard. The third capital is the network. People nowadays go into hubs, into business schools to find out how do others people do it? Where are the resources available which I don't have within my organization? And the fourth one, which I emphasized in my sessions, is the new capital. It is called psychological capital. Psychological capital you need in order to have the energy every day to wake up in the morning and to be confident, to be efficacy, that you can resolve the problem, to be resilient when difficulties come, and to have the optimism that you're going to make the company grow. So competitiveness not only needs money, knowledge, and the right people, it also needs your self-identity, your inner strength. This is called psychological capital.
At your workshop, you also talk about motivation. What motivated you, and what can motivate a person to become a leader?
Okay. I think this psychological capital is very important to explain what motivates people. In the moments of hard work, of success, you build up something which is called psychological capital through the experiencing the flow. We will speak about this a little bit more. And when I was teaching managers in a very useful, technical, practical way, I discovered that they were saying that this is actually helping them. It helps them to become better leaders, to be more effective and more successful. So I have developed my inner motivation through having great stories who I hear about. So I'm helping people to be better leaders. Now, ultimately, a good leader, in my understanding, our understanding, is not somebody who earns a lot of money. You get the money because of the responsibility of solving complex problems, difficult problems, solving the problem of different people's individual motivation. And when you do this at the master level, very efficiently, with high energy, then you deserve lots of money because you generate lots of profit for the company. Here in Kazakhstan, but in many other countries, we need to educate people that the motivation is not the money, it is something different. And for me, luckily, as a pedagogist, as an educator, I find this a lot in my work developing people.
You have talked a lot about the flow. Can you tell a little about it? Why it's so important in your workshop, in working in team?
Yes, I'm smiling because for me the flow, to talk about the flow, is the flow. To be in flow, in Russian the word is to patok, is a mental state when you really feel energized and you almost lose the time, you just do the activity, you really enjoy the work. It is a mental state in which you feel the pleasure of working, the pleasure of applying your skills. I like to speak, I like to present. Therefore, it's very difficult to do it short in an essence, because I enjoy this, it's pleasurable. Alternative forms of happiness other than flow are, for example, simple enjoyment, but they have a plateau. After a while, when you earn a lot of money, you will always find people who are richer than you, and then the same money is not motivating anymore. If you do an activity which is passive, you just lie in the sun, after a few hours you start to get up and say, but this is boring. But the flow is different because it always pushes you to repeat it. It can be a simple activity like doing kitchen work, speaking with friends, sports is a typical example, fishing, and for me it is teaching, and for businessmen it is to develop the business, solve business problems.
How important is harmony for people who work in team?
Harmony is one of the targets a good leader tries to achieve. The basis of a good leader is to have business harmony, process harmony, financial harmony. We call that the basis of a good business. But human harmony is the next level. And that is built on individuals finding the work which they're good at. This we call the individual flow. And when the people together put together a great team, like in the football match, they help out each other, they are knowing each other's strengths and weaknesses, this is called the group flow. So team harmony is the second level. We also think with Csikszentmihalyi, the professor who wrote about the flow, in Good Business book, he describes this, that the third level is also important, and that's harmony with society and with the environment. Modern young people don't necessarily want to work for companies which are exploiting the environment, in which they're not proud to bring in the best energies. So the three levels of harmony: business processes, human aspects, team, and personal harmony, but also harmony with society and the economy and the green environment is important.
In your workshop, you also talk about the gamification of learning. Why is it so important?
Okay. Well, gamification is super trendy now. It sounds cool. It is cool. It is an entertaining way of getting a process going. But the way of gamification in a business education context is pretty different. We call that serious gaming. Serious gaming is the category when you learn some theory to it. There is a value which you want to convey. And we have discovered that building on the existing tools of case discussion, role-playing, business games in the classroom, the digital solution of serious gaming is very, very useful. Why is it useful? It's entertaining, it has a mission, and it can be repeated through replaying the game again and again for learning, and people get better and better slowly, gradually, by repeating the game. So it has practical advantages, but it serves the mission of personal development, of group development and knowledge sharing.
So that's all. Thank you for your time. Thank you for our interview. See you.
Thank you, Milena. I'm very thankful for having had this opportunity to share the knowledge with you.